what is today's date? December 11th, 2020 is 2020. I'm Mike Trampy, BeatStars Community Director. It's been a minute since I hosted one of these shows, but I'm glad to be back. The road to 1 million streams. It's one of my favorite shows to do, and I'm really, really happy and excited to have really two dope guests here with me today. We're supposed to have three, but unfortunately one couldn't come, but it's all good. We got two amazing people here. First one is Daniel Cruz, been a member for a minute. Daniel, what's up, brother?
How you doing, Mike? Appreciate you having me on.
Hey, man, I appreciate you jumping on. And yes, as Bufo said, I'm up in the Caucasus Mountains. As you can tell, this is not my normal backdrop. I'm up in the mountains, have some snow behind me. Yeah. And we also got Benny Boy here. Pleasure to finally meet you, bro. I've been supporting you for years, and it's great to finally put, a voice and
Thank you.
Yeah, man. How are you? Thanks for joining us, bro.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, man. I have no complaints, man. I'm happy to be here. Guys, it's like I said, this is the road to 1 million streams. This is a show where we highlight members who have hit 1 million streams on BeatStars, and we're going to talk to them about how they did it. I think everybody has, a different process and took them different timing, but we're going to find out what these guys specifically did to get there. So, I mean, right off the bat, Benny, let's swing it back to you. Can you just let the people know kind of how you've gotten in the music, like, and where you're from? You're from Russia, correct?
Yeah, from Russia, from a very, very small town, like population, 50,000 people. And I was growing up here, so my family is into music more. Just the regular nine to five work people. And I started to making beats in 2009, but it was just like for fun, nothing serious. But when I dropped out from college, like in 2015, I don't know what to do in my life. all I can do is just making beats. So as I started to put some beats on YouTube, make my BeatStars account. So I started just uploading my beats.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. So you said 2009 you started making beats, right?
Yes.
What were you using? FL Studio?
Yes, sure.
It's kind of not a joke, but kind of a running thing we have for every show. I'm finding a lot of people who have hit 1 million streams started producing around like the 2006 to 2009 era, and they all use FL Studio. So it's interesting to me that everybody kind of started kind of with the same.
No, go ahead. But actually, right now I'm trying to learn Ableton.
I like Ableton from what I've seen from it. Listen, I'm not a producer in a sense that you guys are producers, but I have an understanding of a lot of things. But yeah, Ableton's dope. Logic's dope. I like all of them, man. Listen, I think it's kind of just you pick your poison and you kind of master it and you get as good as you can at it, and then you try something else. So listen, I get it, man. But no, FL Studio is definitely it's the one that gets a lot of people and has opened a lot of doors. So I think it's interesting. I think it's really, really dope, to be honest, because it's kind of formulated so many people's careers and helped them kind of get started. So. Okay, so you specifically joined BeatStars back in October of 2016. So you just hit your 4-year anniversary this past October. So when you first started, on BeatStars, what was your process really to get started? Were you just uploading to YouTube and then directing your traffic to BeatStars, or were you doing anything else? I mean, I can see your YouTube has 223,000 subscribers, and your oldest video is about 4 and some change or so years old. So it seems like you started your YouTube and BeatStars around the same time. I could be off a little bit. Kind of like what was your process with all that?
I just started to uploading beats, and I don't use any advertisement or things like that. I just keep posting as more as I can. And the first 2 years, I don't get any sales, like just a few per month. I made like $500 per month. But in 2 years, I uploaded my beat called That Star. And it was like blew up. And after that, my views, my subscribers started to grow up.
You said that beat was called Death Star?
Yes, yes.
Interesting. So I pulled your top 3 selling tracks, and that's not one of them. So that's very interesting. Okay. So Death Star was something that really kind of helped you out. So are you having the same success using YouTube to drive traffic now, or have you noticed any changes in kind of how YouTube is? You know, there's a lot more producers than 4 years ago, I'm sure. But at the same time, I still feel like there's a lot of open lanes and niches that you can get in. Have you changed up your strategy at all, or has it kind of been the same strategy?
Uh, to be honest, I keep the same strategy, but right now I'm thinking to add some tools to it. So, but I don't start it yet.
What kind of tools, if you mind us asking, unless it's secret and you can't tell us, I understand.
No, there's no secret. I thinking about advertising on BeatStars, directly on BeatStars. Maybe some email marketing, but I don't feel like email marketing can give me a lot of like traffic or sales, because I tried to use it a couple times, but I don't see any good results from it. Maybe I do something wrong, but it is what it is. I
Hey,
think
man,
about more.
we can assist you with that.
Yeah, I think in more like
Can you guys hear me?
advertising.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Can you guys hear me okay? Is the signal okay? It looks like you guys might have froze. I just want to make sure everybody can hear me and see me still.
Yes, I
Yeah, you
have a
good?
little bit delay.
Okay. Daniel, you okay? You look frozen
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Am I frozen? No, I'm good. I
Okay.
can hear you
Weird.
fine.
Okay. Okay, cool, cool. As long as everybody in the chat can hear us too. Now, I want to make sure everybody's hearing these gems and this, this information that, we're trying to pass along. Okay, so interesting. So different advertising, which I'm a huge fan of. I mean, I'm a huge direct to consumer type of person, and advertising systems. Listen, the BeatStars advertising system too is still, in fact, new. I think as we grow and we add different things and improve it, you're gonna start to see a lot more potential with it. Not saying it doesn't have it now; it definitely has its benefits. I use it personally, just to test it and kind of learn about it. But yeah, no, that's cool, man. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of advertising. Daniel, let's swing it over to you real quick, man. Kind of a similar story with you.
Hmm.
You're from Sacramento. Little
Hmm.
that's obviously different than Russia, but
Yeah,
I mean similarities in some other things, right? So
yeah,
you've been on the platform since 2017. So you're approaching what, four years, I guess, about 4 years on the platform in January. So you've been on here for a while. Your YouTube presence as well is about 38.6 thousand subscribers. I noticed the same thing about the same time you started uploading on BeatStars. You started uploading on YouTube as well. Is
hmm,
kind of like, how did you kind of start your transition into selling beats? Actually, I think before we do that, I'm skipping steps here. I apologize. Let's swing it back to kind of how you got your start into music, because I know pre-show you told me you've been producing for 14 years. This is super dope.
yeah. Been,
How did you get your start with music? You have anyone in your family? And then we'll fast forward to the kind of like the YouTube, the BeatStars, and internal traffic and stuff like that.
yeah, I mean, just growing up, my dad was a lead singer and guitarist of a band. So, I mean, all I remember is like being like 2, 3, 5 years old, just music always playing in the house. So, I mean, I was always surrounded by it. And then just got introduced to hip hop like late 90s, early 2000s, just kind of fell in love with like the production of it. And then from there, it was like, how do I make beats? I want to be a producer. Like I really looked up to Dre and Scott Storch, and
Mhm.
that's where I get my keys from, how I can play the keys, and then yeah, just came across FL in 2006. Like you mentioned, that's when we all started, I guess. So '06 came across FL Studio, and then just from there, I just fell in love with the process of making beats. I didn't really care about making money. Just really wanted just to keep getting better and better and better, and then eventually, that got to where I am right now. So
How did that transition go though? So I mean, like 2006 and on is a pretty big gap till
mhm,
2016, 17. So
yeah,
when did you decide, like, let me do this YouTube and BeatStars thing? Because it seems like you started. It might have been YouTube a slightly before. I can't tell. It's kind of hard to judge the YouTube side, but the BeatStars I can see exactly when you signed up. But how did that
yeah,
transition go?
yeah. So I mean, I was uploading like a little bit on SoundClick back in the day. Like what was that,
Yeah.
like 2009, 2010, whatever. And then I came across BeatStars. I uploaded a couple beats, but I wasn't really taking it seriously. And then I just got to a point where I was like, how can I really try to make some money off of this? Because by 2017, there's tons of producers making a living doing this. I'm like, I feel like I got my years in. I feel like I'm good enough. What can I do to try to make some money? So pretty much followed the route what everybody's doing. So went back on BeatStars. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take this seriously. Same with the YouTube. The YouTube brought in pretty much most of the traffic. Basically set a plan where, all right, I'm gonna upload a beat every single Friday for a year and reevaluate, where that's gonna take me. And then literally like a year after that, that's when I quit my job. So I mean, it all came down to the consistency of
congratulations.
Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Of course.
It just really came down to the consistency. Like I just couldn't miss a Friday, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I thought that was doable being that I had a job still. Anybody can, do that. I know a lot of people working jobs. So, one beat a week, just dropping it every single Friday on YouTube and just constantly doing that over the year, it just paid off for me.
Let me ask you guys both a question, and don't answer at the same time. Is consistency important?
Yeah, that's most important thing.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to throw that out there. It's something we talk about every show that, we do one of these Road to 1 Million shows. And I think that's what we're going to get down to by the end of this show. But I saw a question come in that I want to put on the screen. How I don't think Hal was supposed to be there. Would you do the same thing in 2021? Would you still do YouTube? So if you were just starting and you're like, I'm starting January 1st, 2021, my New Year's resolution is to join BeatStars and start selling beats, would you still utilize YouTube? I'll start with you, Benihana boy.
Yeah, I think YouTube is still the best place to upload your music and get subscribers, views, sales, and anything. But a lot of new social apps. Sorry for my bad English.
No, you're good, man.
Like TikTok, or maybe producers can do something like promote their sales in TikTok or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it can work.
I have an idea, and this is something that I personally and BeatStars in general has been talking about with TikTok. So we now have BeatStars distribution, as a lot of you guys and girls know. You can upload directly. It's like $2 a month for unlimited tracks, which is crazy. I think it actually might be cheaper than that now. But anywho, you can pick the platforms you want to upload to. So what I would recommend, not even the new producers, they're just producers in general, even you guys on this show, is, to upload to TikTok, and Facebook and Instagram music in these different places first, then upload your beats to BeatStars. This way, if somebody ends up getting something, you're already in the system. Because what I'm personally seeing on TikTok is I'm seeing beats, like not even songs, beats blowing up. And since the tracks are not inside the system, it's kind of tagging them as just like an original sound, specifically on TikTok, and doesn't have the artist or producer's information. So if you're in the system and people start using it for a challenge or something like that, you'll be locked and loaded. So definitely something I would take a look into. And then you can monetize, obviously. That's the other part of it. So, but it's how I see things are going to start moving in the future. So I just wanted to chime in with that as well. So, Daniel Cruz,
yes, sir.
What do you think about that? Would you still use YouTube, or what are you thinking?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like the YouTube, I mean, I could be wrong, but the YouTube algorithm, like if you look up big key terms, like I feel like they're still going to kind of throw out new people and new stuff out there to test how it works. So just because if you start, from zero and you do that consistency, YouTube's going to see that, and they're going to throw some beats out there like on, the keywords to see how it does. So especially now, if you go and look up some key terms or keywords, you'll see some like newer channels or like people you ain't seen before. So I still think it's worth a shot, 100%. YouTube, I mean, what is it, the second biggest search engine? So
exactly.
I know it's like YouTube's getting old, but like, I mean, it's still the second biggest search engine. So you still gotta, upload on YouTube. I'm still uploading to YouTube. So
what's the saying? If it's not broke, don't fix it. Like if it's still generating traffic, like I would utilize it because you're having so many eyes and ears on it. But I get the overwhelmed feeling of like, oh, there's too many people trying to go after certain tags, but that's when you can start getting really specific with stuff. If you're using a Drake tag that everyone else is using, like you can find variations by throwing a genre or mood before or after, including like the big thing. We do this every week. I personally do it every week live, just for fun. Is I just go through Google Trends and I look at album release dates and all this different information. And then we search and we try to figure out how we can kind of get around these big tags that everyone else is using. And one of them that might be late now is using 2021 at the end. So if you're doing Drake type beat, you put 2021, the search volume is going to be a little lower, but the competition is going to be not big at all. But then when 2021 comes around, you're already kind of ranking ahead of people. So there's a lot of different things you can do. That I think is interesting, but I think overall YouTube, even places like SoundCloud, AudioMac, all these free platforms that you can upload and have huge audiences, I would upload there. It's a free platform and just drive your traffic back to your store. Let's see what Bufo's saying real quick. Did they stick to only one type of beats artist to target on YouTube? If so, what point did they start to diversify? So this is actually a really good question. I was going to get to this at some point because I feel like it's something we always talk about, and I always see the consistency of our members who are successful doing this is they start with one sound. Chris Rich, who was supposed to be on the show today, obviously was drill. He's a huge UK drill producer, and that's really what he's known for and really branded himself around. So when you guys came in, I'll start with you, Daniel. When you guys came in, did you stick to kind of one sound and really drill down on those tags and that audience, or were you kind of just like, I'm uploading whatever and whatever sticks? Kind of what was your idea behind that?
Yeah, I was uploading whatever. I mean, I think if you stick to one type of beat now looking at it, you're going to be at a huge advantage, because you're going to be telling YouTube, I make these type of beats over and over and over. That consistency, YouTube's going to eventually, throw your stuff out there. But
yep.
I mean, I'm pretty diverse as a producer, so like when it came to like titling the type beats, I would just try to match whatever artist I can think of, and sometimes I had a huge dynamic or range of artists sometimes. So, but now that's one thing that I didn't know when I started out. Sticking to one type of beat or artist could probably, help, but. Yeah.
Yes, I mean specifically if there's an audience for that artist or whatever it is, even genres, like we're seeing some crazy like genre matches coming up. Like if there's a huge market for it, I think it makes sense for sure. But cool, interesting. Benihana Boy, what do you think about that? I mean, how did you kind of take that when you came in? Were you just focused on one sound or maybe one set of artists or genres, or were you kind of just uploading whatever you wanted as well and just whatever the tags came in your mind you used?
No, I'm just put whatever I want. I like experimenting with tags and like beats. Let's say I know that on my channel is popping like Drake and Tyga type beats. But if I want to do something like Lil Baby or Ghana type beats, and I know that's very like overused tag, but if I like the beat and I want to call it like that type beat, I'm still uploading like Tyga or like Lil Baby or wherever I want.
Your channel is established too. I mean, both of you guys' channels are established too. So I think you do already have that subscriber audience as well. So you guys can, I think, make more freer decisions. So, but if I was a newer producer, I would still do the things you want to do. I don't think it's like you can't do it, but I would definitely look into how you can kind of diversify and kind of get around some of these more popular tags that, in my opinion, will be harder to rank on now, especially if you're starting from scratch. But listen, the best way of doing things, in my opinion, is just to do them and figure it out. People, I always tell people this. They say, Mike, or Trampy, do you think I should do this, or this? I'm like, I don't know. Do all three, and you tell me which one works. Because at the end of the day, it's your product, it's your brand, and you're going to understand it more than I will. I can make suggestions, but at the end of the day, I think trial and error and real life experience is like the best experience. Okay, cool. So good question, Bufo. All right, let's see. So I'm going to go back to the consistency conversation here. So just to break it down, Benihana Boy, since you've joined, you've uploaded 280 tracks. You have 1.5 million streams, 69.3 thousand followers. Your top selling tracks, which we're going to play, your top three, which we're going to play, that anybody can see. If you guys don't know this, I'll show you once we share the tracks. But you can see the front facing. You can see kind of what the top selling tracks are for each producer. You have about 85,000 plays on your first track called Ghost. about 31,000 on Indica and 22.2 thousand on G-Wagon. Now this is just top selling. I know you mentioned that other track, but dude, you got 280 tracks in, 4 years or so. I don't know what the average of per year is, but it's consistent. You have a lot of tracks. You have a big catalog up. Why do you think that's important from a producer, or even not even a producer perspective, but from a business perspective? Like, why do you think that is very important?
I think if you not consistent enough, your audience will lose interest. Like you need to keep posting like one beat per week, or maybe 2 beats per week. You need to stick to your own plan. Like right now, I'm trying to upload in like beat every day. Like there's my goal to 20 21st year.
Every day for the whole year.
Yeah, I want to make beats every day and uploading every day for one beat. I even want to make another channel to put on that channel one beat a day every day.
So if I check out your channel in 2021 and you didn't upload one day, I can email you and yell at you and tell you to get going.
Yeah.
I'm joking. No, man, that's a good goal to have. I've challenged people to that in the past, but it's not for a year. I challenge people to do it for 30 to 60 days. 60 is probably a better, actually 30 to 90, but 60 is obviously in the middle. Do it for 60 days, 2 months straight, and see what happens. But I even take it a step further and say, do it on YouTube, do it on Audio Mac, do it on SoundCloud, and any other channels that you're using that have audiences. Do it every day. If you're on TikTok, then upload your stuff to TikTok and make your own videos to your beats. Like there's tons of stuff you can do. I think consistency is the biggest part of this, the biggest. You can have the greatest music in the world, but if you're not consistently putting out product, the chances are that I know there are still some people who can still do that, but the chances, you're just giving yourself not a big chance of really being successful, in my opinion. So, Daniel, I ask you the same question, man. We'll look at your stats real quick. Well, not look at them, but I'll say them out loud. 275 tracks, 1.1 million streams, 20.1 thousand followers. Your top tracks, you have a big one, man. Close Your Eyes at 139,000 streams. That's a lot, man. I know that doesn't sound a lot from like a YouTube perspective, like 100, like it's a lot, but it's not like, there's people out there with 20, 30, 40 million views. On BeatStars, that is a lot. That's what people need to understand. Like that's a lot of streams to, to kind of populate. So, and then your next one's 95,000 and then the next one's 40. And we'll play all those, but first of all, again, same question. How important is consistency and why is it important? And then secondly, chime in on that Close Your Eyes track. What happened there? Like, how did that thing explode?
Yeah. So first of all, consistency is probably more important than the quality of your beats. Like consistency is everything. You want to take it from a business standpoint, you got to stick to a plan. Like Benny Hanna said, you got to stick with it. You know what I'm saying? So, and then as far as the Close Your Eyes track, I mean, it just came from YouTube. I know you said it had 100-something thousand on YouTube. I think it just hit 4 million on YouTube, and it's just one of those things. I know we stress keywords are super important, and especially if you're a new channel, that's going to get you your initial set of views. But if from those initial set of views, if that resonates well with who's going to listen, YouTube's going to see that and start recommending it, and that's how those beats end up getting those millions of views. So something like the Close Your Eyes track or like the When It Rains I had, like those are 100% unexpected. I did not expect them to just completely like blow up on YouTube and everything. So that goes back to consistency. That's why it's important. Just upload whatever you can, because you never know what's going to be that one that's going to shoot up, you know what I'm saying, and get those million views. And that's going to lead to a crazy amount of sales. So it all comes down to consistency.
Yeah, man. Not taking away from the streams on YouTube, which is insane, 4 million views on a beat.
Yeah.
But like what you said is perfect. You never know what's going to happen. I put something out on my IG like a couple weeks ago that said like one beat could change your life, and it's 100% true, because you got to look at somebody. And I know this is kind of like the generic example, and I use it all the time. But look at Old Town Road. Like Keo had like, I think he might have like 100 or 200 views on the Old Town Road beat or something, and never had any sales. Like I could be wrong, but it wasn't anything crazy like 4 million views and 139 on 1,000 on BeatStars. So you never know. And I think that's what really people tend to forget about, or maybe not forget, but overlook is, like, oh, I don't know if I want to put this one out, or just put it out. Like, obviously try to make the best content possible. But I talked to so many producers over my almost 20 years in this music industry, and most producers always tell me is, oh man, I didn't even really like that beat. The one that becomes like their big selling beat. It's always the ones they think are not going to do good end up doing good. And it's like this pattern I see over and over. And I know it's not all the time, but it's definitely a pattern I've recognized. So I think just, getting yourself out there, staying consistent, and not quitting after 3 months if you haven't seen any sales or traction. You heard what Benny Hanna said when he first started. He wasn't really getting sales. Then he worked it up to 500 a month. And, he's probably doing amazing things now. I'm not going to talk about his financials on the show, but I'm sure he's killing it. But super dope, guys. You guys want to play some music? I want to hear some beats now because, we hear all this amazing stuff about what you're doing. And I think the next part, and it should be the first part after or before consistency, is content. I think really people need to focus on their content, and every guest I've had on the show has amazing content. It's crisp. It sounds amazing. It's simple to the extent that it's easy for an artist to get onto it, find their pocket, and just do their thing. They're not overcomplicating things. So, Daniel, I already have your page pulled up, man. So I'm gonna share my screen, and we're gonna go through these top 3 selling tracks on your page. When we play the music, just like in the beginning, guys, just mute your microphones. Then when we're done, we'll come back in. We'll talk about the tracks. So let me do that right now. Okay. All right. Let me know when you guys can see me. Actually, then you can mute. You can see the screen.
Yep.
Let me make sure I got the right screen up too. Okay, good. I do. All right. So we're gonna go down. As you can see, you can click tracks here. We'll do a little tutorial here for a second. Click tracks. Scroll down, and there's actually this menu here, right? And this, I show people this because I want them to look, not to count people's pockets, but because you can't see the dollar amount, but you can see top selling. So I think it's a good idea if you like a producer or you're just interested in them, see what their top selling tracks and like top viewed ones are, just to see kind of what other people are kind of vibing with and what they did. All right, so here's Close Your Eyes, right? Let's actually click on it. So you use Meek Mill, J. Cole. Let's see what your third one was, and Logic. I actually was listening to this earlier, and I feel like there's something that I've heard on another Meek Mill track in this track, a sample or something. Yeah, is there or is there not? Or you don't know?
No, it was the samples from Majid Jordan. Her is a sample, but not that I know of. No.
Maybe it's not this track. There's like a sound. It's not, dude. My ear is like, I've heard so much music over my life. I hear, I heard that 8 years ago. Like, but let me see if it was this track. It's fire. This track is crazy. But let's play Close Your Eyes and let people hear kind of what you're working with and kind of what I think is great content and great quality. So all right, cool. Let's listen to Close Your Eyes.
Vega wins.
All right, man. Close your eyes. I forgot to mention. We'll play about a minute and a half of each track. Dude, vibes for sure, man. Pocket was there. I could hear a lot of different people on this. I could hear a
Appreciate it.
singer on this too. There's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff. So I actually have a couple questions based off listening to
Mhm.
this track. All right. One was obviously your name's Daniel Cruz, but I noticed like your name on BeatStars and on social media, as well as where else did I see it on here? It says, what is Vega Wins compared to Daniel Cruz? Was that an original name, or is that just a branding you have for like your brand and tagging and stuff? Or what kind of what is that? So people have a clear idea, because I've seen both and I was actually curious myself.
Yeah. So Daniel Cruz, that's my first and middle name, and Vega is my last name. So and then just how the branding came about and like the tag. One of the songwriters that I work with, he said, "Oh, a dope tag would be like if you had Vega Wins from Street Fighter." I was like, "Oh, that sounds kind of dope," and so I went and found it, and then that just became my tag. So
That's fire. No, that's a fire.
Yeah.
That's a cool story, man. I would have no idea that that's how it came about. Okay, so it makes sense now. What something else that jumped out to me about your stuff as well is your pricing. And there's nothing wrong with it. I'm saying that in a good way. 27, 37, 97. Why? Just to be different, or what? Is there any logic behind this, or?
I actually just changed it. I think it's more of a psychological thing because I mean, I used to sell for like 30, 40, 100, 150. So, I mean, 27 looks better than 30, and I don't mind taking the, small pay. I think it's a psychological thing with the pricing to just kind of convince people to like take that step to buy it type of thing. Because, I mean, 27 does look better than 30. So it could increase sales. I don't know. I just changed it. We'll see how it does.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, I something that jumped out to me immediately. And I was like, huh. I was like, I'm curious about this. So it makes sense, man. I think that's cool. I think people should do stuff like this. I think it's another way you can stick out. Let's talk about titles and artwork before we play When It Rains. I feel like all your titles are they're easy to remember, right? Like if like this track, Close Your Eyes, like it's like just easy words. It's not too confusing. Your artwork looks pretty similar for the most part, obviously different colors and stuff like that, but it kind of has the same style. Have you put a lot of time and thought in the titles and artwork, or is it secondary? I know some producers I've talked to, they have like this crazy only using one syllable words and this certain colors because there's actual marketing like research out there that says certain colors perform better, like anything like that, or is it more like this looks dope, I'm gonna use this?
Yeah, more so it looks dope, I'm gonna use it. I mean, from what you can see right here, so like the No Trust, Nothing You Can Say, that was like when I very first started, like 2017 going into 2018, and then what you see with like Close Your Eyes is what I kind of developed into like 2018 or 2019, whatever. And that's kind of like what more of what I'm going for now. But yeah, I don't put too much thought into the try not to take too much time in the artwork and the titles, just
Okay.
really just focus on putting it out there.
Got it. Makes sense. All right, cool. Let's play When It Rains. Let's check this out. Oh, and by the way, it was not that track before that I heard something I've heard before. I'll let you know when I hear it. It's definitely, it might not even be one of these tracks, but we'll see.
Vega wins.
Purchase your tracks today.
Vega wins.
Purchase your tracks today.
Vega wins.
Purchase your tracks today.
Vega with.
Yo, fire, man. Absolutely fire.
Appreciate
That
it.
guitar. Whoo.
Appreciate
Yeah, that's
it.
good. Did you play that or what is that?
No, that's from Splice.
Okay.
Heard that and I
Okay.
wanted to flip it. Yeah.
That's that track is crazy, man. It's again when I say simple, I always have to clarify because I don't want anybody to think I'm saying like, oh, your beats are simple. Like simple is good to me. Like it's
Yeah.
just you gotta not overcomplicate things for artists. Like some artists can do it. Like you can give Eminem a complicated beat because he's gonna write his bars to match up to every little hi-hat and snare. Like, but most artists, you need to give them that pocket to really do their thing on. And I think your beats are very open. And that's something I think people can really learn by listening to your stuff. So, okay, so Better Off is the next one. I'm pretty sure this one is it because it was a Meek Mill tag beat. And I'll let you know when I hear the sound. I'm just curious if you were aware of it or and maybe I'm wrong, but we'll find out. Let's check it out. Better Off.
Yeah.
Vega with. Vega with.
There's keys right there. Yeah, this is my favorite beat of yours, bro. This beat is really dope. I really like
I
it.
appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
I was about to start rapping. I haven't rapped in a while, and I was about to start rapping. So it's Fuego when I'm about to rap. No, I'm joking, but yeah, those keys, man. I swear I've heard that there's that one part of the keys, but maybe I'm just tripping, man. Overall, it's just amazing though. Amazing beat, man. And it makes sense why you're on this show. The music's great. You've been doing it for years. So you have the understanding that this takes a while to do. You had a job before you quit your job. So I think a lot of people can see themselves in you and getting your start in the music industry, and not even necessarily the music industry, just in business in general. You've built a business for yourself. It's admirable, man. It's really dope. Yeah, of course, man. I really just like your stuff. And listen, man, if you got joints for Meek, because I could hear Meek on that, man, let me know, man. Get them over to Meek. We'll get them over to Meek for you, man. You know what I mean? If you see what we can do, they're you got some dope stuff, man. All right, cool. I gotta plug some stuff real quick on the BeatStars side. Then we're gonna get into in Benihana's tracks. But really quick, the nominees for the BeatStars Awards have been announced, and voting is now open until December 25th at 11:59. I feel like I need like another person to come in here and do my commercials for me. You can vote at BeatStarsAwards.com, and the award show is on January 10th. I'm excited to see that. And then lastly, we have something going on right now in the BeatStars.com/opportunity section on your account. There's Duet Beats. So check that out. Duet Beats sounds interesting. So had to get those in there. So thank you guys for letting me do that. Benihana, man, you ready to rock and roll? Play your stuff?
Yeah, sure.
He said, yeah, sure. He's like, I guess. All right, let's pull up his stuff real quick. Gotta go to musicians. There you are. All right. Scroll down. X. It was played. Okay. All right. What we got here? Come on. There we go. It's that mountain Wi-Fi. All right. So we're going to skip Antidote because that's your pin track. Look, not pin, but your feature track. We're going to go to Ghost. All right. So Ghost. What was the track you said that was the biggest one you had, actually? I want to play that one too. Is that on here or not on here?
Ghost is the biggest one.
No, but you said you had a track when you originally started that was bigger. That
Yes,
helped you.
it calls Death Star.
Head Star. This one right here?
Yes, 15.
Okay, we'll play that too. Okay, cool. Let's start with your biggest selling track. It's called Ghost. It's Drake and Tyga. Let's actually see what some of these other tags are too. And this was this year. Oh, and something else that I noticed you've done, Benihana, is 2 of your top selling tracks are actually collaborations. I want to talk about collaborations after we play some of your tracks, both of you guys, before we end the show, because I want to see what your feedback is on that. But this track is actually a collab with Rock Legion, it looks like. Uploaded this year, 2020, so almost a year old.
Yeah, shout out to Rock Legion.
Shout out to Rock Legion. What up, Rock Legion? All right, cool. Let's play Ghost.
Rock Legion.
That boy is Benihana.
Man, I didn't even realize it was 2 minutes. I thought we just started it. That beat is a vibe right there. That beat is crazy.
Thank you.
Thank
you, sir.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And you know what? We talked earlier about, kind of honing in on one artist or tag or just something like that. And you said you kind of just making whatever. But dude, what I'm seeing right here from all your top selling beats is like that Tyga is that artist for you. Tyga.
Yeah.
Tyga.
For
like
me,
that.
For me, that works.
That's you. This is all you, man. This is your lane. And I guess that's what I was trying to say earlier. Not necessarily just about only posting that, but you just kind of have those 1 or 2 or 3 artists that are your go-tos because that's what your sound is, and it's easy for you to use those tags. I mean, you're killing the Tyga game, man. Like absolutely killing it.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, because your next one's Tyga too. All right, cool. Let's listen to Gang. Check this one out real quick.
Rock Legion.
That boy is Benihana.
I just noticed I played the wrong beat. I was on most played. I was on the wrong thing, guys. Sorry. That beat is fire though too. I wanted to make sure I was playing the top selling because I just want to use that as a clear example. So a Ghost was still that, so that's good. But Indica technically should have been the next one. So you got a bonus track, man. Let's play Indica real quick.
That boy is Benny Hanna.
Man, you got some heat, bro. Yo, I'm gonna tell you this. Both you guys both have really remembering, like, it's very easy to remember your tags. Like, your tags both stick out. I didn't even realize that was from Street Fighter. But now that I know that, it's so much doper. But I liked your tag. That's why I had the question of why you use that. But Benny Hanna's tag is crazy. What is that tag from, Benny Hanna?
First, when I heard it, I thought it was really trash. Like, I bought this tag in 2016 from a random site, and when I got it, I was like, "Damn, this really like trash." Some people type in the comments like, "Bananas boy, bananas boy."
Bananas boy. That's
Yeah.
funny. That is funny.
Yeah.
Dude, I love your tag, man. I think your tag is dope. Like, and it's cool because it's now part of your brand, man. When I hear that, I'm like, oh shit, something dope's coming. Here comes Benny Hanna. Like, it's dope. I think, do you guys both agree? Or, I mean, like, how seriously do you take the tags? I mean, I think you obviously both do because you both have dope tags, but do you think it's really important to have that? Is that something you would really look into? Or is that, again, a secondary thing where over time you've really developed that tag? I'll just start with you, Benny Hanna, since I was already talking to you. I mean, is that something you should like look at when you first start? Like, all right, I got to get my tag right, or kind of just let it develop and kind of find it as you go?
Yeah, I was thinking many times to switch my tag because really I don't like it. But all my audience, all my like friends, like people who I collaborated to, they all said like, no, you should stick to this tag like all the time.
Yeah,
And I
don't
just
change it,
stick with
man.
it.
Don't change it. Yeah,
Yes.
don't change it. We love it, man. This is part of your brand now, in my opinion. Daniel, real quick too, before we play this last track from Benny Hanna, what do you think? I mean, how, I know you said you got it from Street Fighter, but was this something again that, like, when you were starting to develop your online business and brand, you were like, okay, let me get this done now and do it right? Or was it kind of like, whatever, I'll just use whatever, and then you developed into that?
Yeah, it was more like kind of whatever to me. Like, I wasn't really focused on a tag until my boy that I work with mentioned that. But I understand now the importance of it. Like, it's definitely a part of your brand. You know, you tag every beat of yours. You know, so people are gonna remember that. So It's definitely going to be rare.
Yeah, I think in 2020, and this year is over pretty much. 2021, again, going back to the TikTok thing I was mentioning, is there's beats blowing up on TikTok because literally the beat in the tag, like the Chrome challenge from Chrome, everything's Chrome, that thing. Then there was, even with Keo, again, back to Old Town Road, Keo, like people are recognizing these beats and songs because of tags nowadays. So I think it's more important than it used to be. So I was just curious if you guys, really dove in, or it was more just secondary, because I think tags, it's taken some time to really develop. So, all right, cool. We're going to play the last track. I know we were going to play the third highest selling one, but I wanted to play the one you specifically said really helped you get started. I just want to hear what it sounds like. It's number 15, I think, on this one. No, it was a different chart. Hold on. Gotta go back to top streaming. Top streaming. I think it was number 15. BeatStars. Here it is. All right. Lil Pump, 21 Savage, 2017. We're taking it back. Smoke Perp. All right. Let's check it out. BeatStars.
That boy is Benny Hanna.
I'm about to start rapping.
Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
Yo, I'm not even going to lie. I'm probably going to buy this beat after the show. This beat is crazy. This is definitely your best beat, bro. And now I see why everybody kind of ran to it. It's crazy. And it's 2017. It's like almost, 3 years old? It's 3 years old. Crazy. It's like, listen, good music is timeless in my opinion. So amazing job on this, man. This is crazy. Yo, and I don't know if you noticed this too, Benny Hanna boy. Does something look different next to your name here? What's this?
Yes. I just mentioned it.
No, well, I both you guys, Daniel and Benny Hanna, congratulations. Both of you guys got verified on BeatStars today. Now you're really popular and you can start, doing autographs and doing all sorts of cool stuff that you're famous now. So no, I'm joking. But congratulations for real. You guys deserve it. You've both been long-term members and just, you've hammered away and you've done the work and you've been patient and you guys deserve it. So congratulations, both of you guys on that. Guys, we're pretty much at the end of the show. It's almost 4 o'clock. I told you this stuff flies. Let me unshare real quick. Talk to the people, man. Like Daniel, I'll start with you. Let them know where they can get in touch with you. Your social media, obviously your BeatStars page, stuff like that. And obviously, are you open for collaborations and things of that nature? Because I know a lot of times, people who watch this would love to collaborate with you guys. So yeah, just give them some basic info where they can find you, stuff like that.
Yeah, my BeatStars was Daniel Cruz, and then mostly just on Instagram, which is Vega Wins, VEGAWINS. Collabs, definitely, yeah, if you got some ideas, Daniel Cruz Beats at gmail.com. Just send me some loops or something. But yeah, that's where I'd be at, just mostly Instagram, so Vega Wins.
Okay. Dope, man. I appreciate you jumping on the show today, man. I learned
Oh
a
yeah.
lot, and it's always interesting to learn our members' stories. Because something else I want to just say, not to go on a little rant, but guys, it doesn't matter where you're from. I know I've been asked this a lot. It's like, oh, I'm from this small town here, and it doesn't matter, especially in the COVID days nowadays. Unfortunately, it doesn't really matter where you're from, and it didn't matter before. My opinion, we got people from two sides of the earth on this show. And I'm buried up somewhere in the mountains right now. So it doesn't matter. All you need to do is put the work in, have great content, stay consistent, but like don't ever let where you're from determine, what your fate's going to be. You don't need to move to a big city. You can do it from wherever you're at. It's really about the work you put in and kind of, you perfecting your craft. So just wanted to point that out because I was just looking at it. I'm like, damn, we got someone from Russia here and someone from Sacramento. And I'm up here in Pennsylvania. Like, it's just like we're all over the place, but we're all here for the same purpose, right? So I think that's a big sign. So I just wanted to throw that out there to anybody watching. Benny Boy, man, same thing. Let them know where they can find you, any social media. And obviously if anyone wants to do any collabs, are you open to that and stuff like that?
Just one important thing, subscribe to my Instagram with Y and underscore at the end, because I have a fake account who's selling my beats with 40,000 subscribers and I can't do nothing with it.
Oh, whoa. We might be able to do something for you, buddy. Hit me up after the show. We'll see what we can do. I'm actually, I'm on vacation till Monday. I'll take that back. Monday. We'll look into it Monday, but we might be able to help you with that, man.
Yeah, because over a year, I can't do anything with it. He have a private account and nothing works to deal with it.
Listen, there's always a solution to every problem, my friend. We'll see if we can help you out because that's not good. Yeah, of course, man. But collaboration wise, are you open to it? Or is there any way?
I'm fairly open. You can see my email on my channel or on my Instagram. You can send anything you want. I listen to all.
Okay, dope. All right, well, there's one last segment of this show that I do every week, and people have been watching it every week already know it. Guys, I need you guys to collab. Benny Boy and Daniel Cruz. I need a collab in 2021, man. I try to put people together that I don't think know each other on this show, who are successful in different ways and from obviously different parts of the world. So no pressure, obviously, at the end of the day. If you guys can't do it, that's fine. But I would love to see a collaboration from both of you.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I got sample packs ready to go.
There you go, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, bro. That's what we do on this show, man. Is we connect people. It's all about connection and making our network even bigger. So I'm excited to to hear something from you guys. So you please let me know. And both of you guys, I'll be following up with both of you in an email after this show just to touch base, man, and just keep building because
cool.
2021's coming, man. We got to keep killing it. So
yes,
all right, cool. No more questions. Anything else insane? No, we're good. All right, cool, guys. We're out of here. It's almost 4 o'clock. I appreciate everybody again. I'm Mike Trampy, BeatStars Community Director. This is the road to 1 million streams. Benny Boy, Daniel Cruz, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
I wish you guys continued success. Stay safe out there. And yeah, let's kill it in 2021. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Talk to you soon. All right, everybody. Peace.
Thank you.